Today I would like to explore that idea of Vinyasa Yoga a little bit, so breathing and moving in connection. I'm going to keep it nice and slow, relatively simple movements that you can then deepen gradually, but mostly focusing on the connecting of movement and breath. So stand here at the front of your mat and pull the belly button a little bit towards the spine and up to the rib cage. Try and keep that connection constant throughout your practice. Let the breath flow in deeply through the nose and then start your movement. So gently, as you inhale now, bring your arms over the head. Let the movement last the entire inhalation. And as you exhale, you bring your arms slowly back down, hands to either side, keeping the belly engaged gently. Inhale, arms up, same thing. And exhale, bring your hands back down. Super easy, as if you breathe your arms there. Inhale, breathe them up, they are extensions of your lungs. Exhale, this time fold in half, bending the legs as much or as little as you need to. From here, inhale the chest halfway up, you lengthen the belly and the back, hands can come to the shins. Exhale, fold deeper. Don't worry if your legs are bent. Same thing again, inhale, hands to the shins, lengthen the belly, and exhale, fold deep. One more time, inhale, lengthen the belly, chest comes forward. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend your legs so that you can have your hands on the floor. Inhale, step your right foot back into a runner's lunge, and then exhale, bring that right knee gently to the floor. Untuck the back toes. Inhale here, lengthen the torso, especially the front of it. Exhale, let the hips sink a little bit forward. Inhale, if you can, you bring your arms over the head, and exhale, you bring your hands back down. And again, inhale, arms over the head, look up. Exhale, so really floaty, breathable movements here. Inhale, lift the back knee away from the floor. Exhale, step both feet together at the front. Inhale, lift up, coming all the way up to standing now, palms touch over the head. Exhale, let your hands breathe down to the side, mountain pose again. Inhale, arms up over the head, reaching tall, and then exhale, fold in half. Hands connect with the floor, so maybe bend your legs. Inhale, lift the chest halfway, belly pulls in. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Remember, hands to the shins is totally a good idea. Maybe exhale, fold deep. It gives you just a bit more height, a bit more encouragement for length. Third time here, inhale, lengthen the belly. Exhale, fold deep, generating more space. Inhale, step your left foot back now, and then exhale, bring the knee to the floor. Notice there's loads of space between the front foot and the back foot or back knee here. Lengthen your chest, and exhale, even the hips forward. Inhale, bring your arms over the head if possible. If your back knee is okay with that, exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, breathe your arms up one more time, lengthening the ribcage away from the hips. Exhale, bring your hands down. Last one, just like this. Inhale, lengthen the spine, the torso, the belly. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale, lift the back knee. And exhale, step both feet to the front. Fold deeply. Inhale, lift up halfway one more time. Exhale, fold deep. More softness in the back of the legs each time. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms over the head, especially in those transitions. Remember, the belly button gently pulls in. Exhale, hands down. Good. Inhale, arms up over the head, palms touch. Exhale, fold in half. Take your time. You've got the entire exhalation for this move. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, step your right foot back, and then exhale, step your left foot back also, coming into the downward facing dog shape, inverted V. Fingers are spread wide, feet hip bone distance apart. From here, inhale yourself into a plank pose because you want to generate a bit of strength here. Pull the belly button away from the floor and exhale right back into downward facing dog. Strong, slow transitions. Inhalation takes you forward into plank. One more time. Exhale, hips pull you up and back, downward dog. Inhale into plank pose, shoulders over wrists, palms are flat. Exhale, hold here. Push out of the heels back and out of the chest forward, having this really firm, strong body here. Breathe deeply, holding it for about 3 breaths here, and then let it be an exhalation that takes you gently back to downward facing dog. Belly is engaged. If your legs are a little bit bent here, that's okay. Try and keep the back long though. Ease your heels towards the floor, bent or straight legs, no problem. Now inhale back into plank pose. Shift your chest forwards. This time exhale your knees to the floor. Untuck the toes. Inhale, make a long line from the knees to the top of the head. And then exhale, point your elbows back so that you lower hips and chest at the same time until you're all the way flat to the floor. Inhale, lift your shoulders in head. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift again. This is low cobra. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push your hands into the floor and your bum to your heels. This is child's pose. Perfect place to reconnect with the breath, to check if your belly is engaged, and to rest your wrists a little bit in a Vinyasa class. Let everything just ease, sinking gently into the floor. Now tuck your toes under and begin to come back into downward facing dog. Straightening the legs as much as possible, but definitely having that long back. Now walk your hands to your toes, maybe bending the legs, maybe a lot, and hook your first 2 fingers around the big toe. From here, take an inhalation as you lengthen the spine, parallel to your femur bones, and exhale, let yourself fold deeper, let your hips gently ease up. And I'd much rather you bend your legs a little and feel your chest and your thighs connect, than rounding the back. So really a long back here. And then the legs will straighten over time with a bit of patience and a lot of practice. Good. Inhale, straighten your arms here, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Remember the belly button pulls in. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, and exhale here. Let's do a bit of balancing now. Still this really calm approach, very easy. Stand your feet a little bit apart, make sure the toes point straight forwards, good alignment, knees point forward, hands to the hips. And then bring your left knee in and up into the chest and up, and then stretch that leg out. It doesn't really matter how high the leg comes, even though you will encourage it to come quite high. But the rest of the body stays long, so you're not leaning back. The rest of the body stays exactly like it was in mountain pose, with that small difference that your leg is, that one leg is in the air. Hold it for a few more breaths. No, actually, you know what? Just lower it down. Patient little video, Christina there. Good. Take it to the second leg, so lift your left leg up in the air as straight as possible. Standing leg is straight. The hips are level, chest is level, shoulders are away from the ears. Everything is really relaxed and easy. And then the leg just flies gently upwards. You encourage it to lift. And exhale, gently release. A little balance practice there. Good. From here, inhale, bring your arms over the head again. We know this one. Exhale, fold in half, keeping all that length in your torso. And then walk yourself into downward facing dog along your little space and come into plank pose from there. One straight line. As you exhale, you're actually just gonna hold here. Oh joy, second plank hold, generating strength. Make sure you're not holding the breath, and then exhale the knees to the floor, untuck the toes just as before. Begin to point your elbows back and lower hips and chest down at the same time. Taking into a little back bend here, bring the top of the hands to either side of the hips, lift the shoulders away from the ear, neck is long, and then lift your head and your feet away from the floor. Try and keep your feet relatively close together, and more than lifting, think length. So chest lengthens forward, heels lengthen back, and you lift. Here as well, you don't hold your breath, you're just breathing deeply. With every inhalation, you have more length. Exhale, gently lower down. Always controlled and easy. Then turn yourself onto the back. Just roll over and lie down on your back. Keep your spine neutral along the floor and bend your legs so that your heels come somewhat close to your buttocks. Make sure the neck is long, face is relaxed, nose points upwards, and then you lift your hips away from the floor. You could interlace your fingers with straight arms underneath your back, just along the floor, and walk your shoulder blades closer towards the midline. And then stay here and breathe. Check that your knees don't drop out to the side. Check that your feet are still grounding. All four corners of the feet touch the floor. Release your arms if you have them closer together and bring the spine down. Hug your knees gently into the body. That feels good, especially on an exhalation. Just a bit of space along the back now. And then we're going to go into an inversion. So I would like you to stretch your legs up in the air. You could stay here, that's great. If you want to stay here, maybe bring your fists underneath the buttocks, just to make it a bit more comfortable for you to keep the legs up. If you feel okay with it, especially if your neck feels okay with it, you could lift your hips away from the floor. You could stay here with a slight bend in the hips, but eventually you want to get yourself into full shoulder stand here, where the shoulders, hips and feet are in one line. So your feet are not so much over the face, they are literally on top of the hips. Stay here or in any of the other versions I've shown you for just a few breaths, making sure that your neck is happy. So don't be mean to your neck. Way too many important things run through your neck. If it's okay, you now ease your feet over the head, and you only release the hands down to the floor if your feet touch the floor. In fact, keep them on the back for support for as long as you like. You don't want to roll out of this uncontrolled. So use all you got, your hands, your core strength, to slowly lower yourself down one vertebra at a time. Notice that the head does not lift away from the floor. Bend your legs to the floor and then straighten one, straighten the other. Lie yourself on the back for Savasana. The palms of the hands fall open, the toes drop out to the side. Before you sink into non-movement, just shake your head no a couple of times to release any tension across the neck. And then let yourself just sink into the floor. This is arguably the most important bit of your practice. You really want to relax now and let all the poses you've done unfold their magic. In our time together here, we've done lots of aspects of posture practice, asana yoga practice, so you can be very proud of yourself. We've done an all-around body experience. So now just don't do anything. You don't need to pull your belly button in anymore. You don't need to breathe in a certain rhythm anymore. You just relax. When it's time for you to come out of your Savasana, the relaxation, do it the way you intend to go on with your day. So mindful, slowly, start mindful, little movements first, eventually make them bigger, stretching your arms over the head, then hugging the knee into the chest as you exhale and roll yourself over to the right side. From there, push your hands into the floor and slowly make your way into a seated position, just crossing your legs, somehow comfortable to you. Take a moment to admire all that space and calm and peace you've created inside of yourself. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Let the thumbs rest softly on your heartbeat. You've done amazingly. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you that we can practice yoga. Don't forget to be awesome. Namaste.